So, yes, it is Wednesday where he lets loose on a particular subject. What do we got going on this week?
Well, I'm in a bad mood this morning.
Really?
I
What a
woke up.
shock.
I woke up with I woke up with a bad hip pain. Oh, no. It has not been fun. Miserable. Miserable. Tell me about it.
What, you got birthing hips? What's going on?
I don't know, man. I have a tight right hip flexor. It pulls down on my back. It's the worst.
You were complaining about it at the P1A
lunch. I went to physical therapy the other day. When do I go to physical therapy?
What?
You know? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I would never go to physical therapy unless it was really bothering me. This morning I was up in my living room at 4:30 doing stretches. I felt like Sky.
Oh,
why don't you come in?
Yeah, let's do them together.
Oh, there you go.
Because I don't want to get here for no reason at 3 a.m.
Oh. Team stretches.
So I'm a little irritated. I didn't take any ibuprofen.
Why
not?
I forgot.
Okay.
I was doing the stretches.
And you'd have
too
to
locked in.
And
I had no food.
Yeah.
I can't have.
No crackers.
I can't have ibuprofen without an empty stomach. I'll be throwing up.
Not crackers.
Cracker.
Just
one cracker. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Fixes it.
It absorbs everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice the shirt I'm wearing right now?
It's unfortunate.
They have won Super Bowl, so I don't know if it's that unfortunate.
You hate the team more than anyone.
Oh my God.
But I'm excited because tomorrow is the NFL draft.
No, hold on a second. You used up your New York Giants rant
This isn't a Giants
in
rant.
January.
This isn't a Giants rant.
You get one.
This is not a Giants rant.
Well, why'd you point out your shirt then?
Just because I'm very excited about the NFL draft.
Okay.
And I don't have any other football team's gear. I don't have their gear.
Yeah.
So
Well, why would you?
I wanted to do a
Are you
rant
still a fan?
of the Giants,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay.
I could say that, though. Other people can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to do a rant about the NFL draft because I've been locked in the last couple of weeks.
It's crazy right now.
Yeah, I've been locked in. It always gets out of control. It always gets ridiculous. Things are said that make no sense.
The draft is my favorite event of the year.
Yeah.
Like,
you
I'm a
love
draft geek.
Yeah.
I've been to the NFL draft multiple times. I used to broadcast from the NFL draft. I've met my hero, Mel Kiper.
You're hero.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, he's a weird guy.
I love him.
Have you seen some of the stuff that comes out? You know, he has a piece of pumpkin pie every
single day
for breakfast.
Every single day.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
Really?
Listen, he's part vampire.
Yeah.
I don't care.
He always,
okay
you ever
with it.
notice he always moves when he talks?
He's
Is that like a
incredible.
thing?
He's my guy.
What is he?
Mel's
do?
my guy.
He's the NFL draft expert. He started
Yes.
NFL draft coverage.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Like nobody did.
1980,
Yeah.
He was the first guy to ever break down the draft.
So like
old gentleman.
He's not. I mean, he's old, but he doesn't look that
Yeah.
old.
I mean, he started when he was like in his 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
And no one had ever done that before.
Yeah.
So Mel's
my
the
hero.
GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always known the draft is a thing and that football fans like the draft, but I never knew how serious people took it until that one year we were all in Las Vegas together during the draft, and I got to watch part of the draft with Thor and see him.
Oh, yeah, the Eric Flowers year.
Dude, it was like he was in the war room. Like every pick, he's calling his dad.
Wish I was.
This is what happened. The Giants made a pick, and then he disappeared.
Well, because they
And I went,
drafted Eric Flowers.
I went, where did he go?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not finishing watching this?
Yeah, we were in a hotel room watching
And then
it.
he went into the bedroom by himself, called his dad to bitch about their pick.
Right.
Well, they drafted Eric Flowers.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you've
He was pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was pretty bad,
Okay.
guys.
Well,
So
that's been the part of the reason. But no, this is
but
not
we're
about
not
the
talking
Giants.
about Giants because the Giants is done.
Oh,
This is
okay,
about
that's right.
This is about the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Then he
Okay.
checks
Fix my
himself out.
camera here.
Why are you fixing your camera? Who
Why are you
cares?
so concerned about this? This is
Just-
radio, dude.
Yeah.
This is
Ooh,
about the
you got
NFL
a
draft,
little-
and to me, I have a little what?
A little stain on that shirt right there.
Oh no,
As he stood up to show it off.
that sucks. How did I miss that?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
You're the answer.
Luckily, everyone's focused on these buys.
Okay.
Stop flexing.
God.
The NFL draft to me starts in week 17. Because in week 17 of the NFL season, you're down to a couple teams that could get the first pick. And if you're a smart team, you would lose on purpose.
Hold on a
or
minute.
just lose in week 17. And then you could be the team drafting Cam Ward at 1. Not
This
the
isn't
team
about the Giants?
desperately trying to trade up for a quarterback who's not going to be good.
You,
I mean,
hold on a minute.
this isn't about the Giants.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
saying in general terms.
But the Giants
in general,
won that random game against the Colts.
in general,
Yeah, which
And
did that.
took him out of the number one pick.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're kind of intimating.
No.
Okay.
I'm also annoyed about things. A lot of buzzwords get thrown out.
That is true.
A lot of buzzwords like you don't force a quarterback. What if it's the most important position on the team?
Yeah.
The rookie salary cap makes it so you can force a quarterback because you have to overpay for it.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I hate when people say that a team isn't a quarterback away. Well, no crap. If they're drafting in the top 5, they're not a good team.
Yes.
Does that mean you don't draft quarterbacks in the top 5?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah. You need the key.
You need the key.
Yeah.
So every team isn't a quarterback away, or they are a quarterback away. I got into it with one of Eddie's gals from ESPN on Twitter about this.
You have a gal?
He tweeted at Mina Kimes.
No, he did not.
And she actually responded, which she's amazing. You know, of course she did.
That's
But then this guy was an a-hole to her.
I'm not an a-hole.
You were mean to
I hate
Mina
this one
Kimes?
too. I hate this one too. When people say you take the best player available. Duh. That's what you do. Well, not if you have 5 guys in one spot. That could be the best player. You could have, if you have 4 tight ends, you're not going to take another tight end just because he's the best player available.
You take the best player available in a position that
of
you
need. Or a position of value.
Yes.
Like and everyone's a draft expert now. Everybody. I'm not a draft expert. But I don't pretend to watch film and do mock drafts and be a GM. I'm not an idiot.
Oh.
I don't do that.
I used to do all that.
Oh, Eddie. I'm sorry.
I was on a draft broadcast for many years.
I'm tired of it. I'm also tired of insiders like Adam Schefter and Peter Schrager speaking in general terms. They will go on a radio show where they get paid millions of dollars. They'll go on a podcast, a radio show, TV, and Adam Schefter will say, I think the Browns are going to draft Abdul Carter. But I wouldn't rule them drafting Travis Hunter or a quarterback in that spot.
I mean, you basically
And then
said
it goes
nothing.
viral.
You basically said nothing.
It's
said
insane,
nothing.
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Like literally a guy just put out a mock draft today that said the Giants, he thinks they're going to draft Abdul Carter at 3, but he's not 100% certain.
Well, then
What are you
Then
saying?
what are you saying?
Yeah, they're saying-
Like, it's
either they're going to
insane,
take
dude.
Abdul Carter or somebody else.
What?
well,
No way. Breaking news. Breaking
what?
news.
Well,
Okay.
and then like players shoot up the board, which is always irritating. So like we all know who Shador Sanders is. I'm sure, Sky, you've heard Shador
Oh, he's
Sanders.
like the
That's
jerk
Deion's
guy.
kid.
No, he's not a jerk guy. Why is he a jerk guy?
Deion's kid.
He's just
Oh,
Deion's
I don't know.
kid.
I saw some headlines this morning that weren't very nice about him.
And
this
that's
is
what
the problem.
happens because
Oh.
he's dropping, and people are just
People
making
put
up
out
rumors.
information
Yeah.
that may or may not be true, and it hurts their draft status.
Yeah.
Oh.
Costs them millions. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And like this chick, jerk guy, just know who he is.
Well,
How's
that's
it
the
going, jerk
problem.
guy?
That's the problem.
Why was that
Typical
called?
Sky.
This guy's like a GM.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's supposed to be the number 2 pick forever, and now all of a sudden he's terrible. And a guy, you ever heard of the name Tyler Shuck? He's a guy you've never heard of before. No one ever knows, but now all of a sudden he's the guy every GM loves. How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does all of a sudden a guy that no one's ever heard of become the guy that everybody wants to draft? It's so stupid, Eddie.
A lot of the times, teams just put out false information so they can get their guy.
Yeah.
So
like they start a rumor.
Like what's crazy, one of the things I just recently heard about Shador is like, oh yeah, this guy can't play in cold weather. That's going to be the problem against him.
He played in Colorado.
He played in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's pretty cold in
Yeah, I think it's
Colorado
Colorado.
in December.
Yeah, I
like
think
what are you talking about? He can't play. What?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll hear these things that don't even make any sense.
Yeah, the headline I saw this morning is he's entitled. And
That's from an anonymous GM.
An anonymous source.
Or anonymous source.
Yeah, it's messed up.
interview ever.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and now Sky hates him.
So now I'm like, he's difficult.
He's the jerk guy.
I
he's the jerk guy.
would draft that jerk guy
I mean, what?
based on
Or
one
you
headline.
have a team. This bothers me too. You have a team who was sitting there last year. Let's say at 6. And they
was
could
the
have
Giants.
drafted
That was the
one
Giants.
of 3 quarterbacks left, but they said, you know what? We're going to do quarterback because we still believe in this loser who we had at our quarterback last year. And now this year they're saying,
took a wide
oh, we
receiver.
don't need to draft a quarterback because we got Russell Wilson. I'm just saying
that's
a
the
random.
Giants.
I'm just
bringing
giving
up
a
the
random
Giants.
thing.
You're not supposed
We
to
have
bring up the
Russell
Giants.
Wilson.
Yeah, that's who the Giants starting quarterback is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen
Okay, can
tomorrow,
you not-
guys. And I'm really stressed out. I've been watching a lot of
Stressed
draft
out?
stuff. I've been watching a lot of
I thought you didn't
listening to a lot of
care anymore. I
podcasts.
thought you don't care anymore.
remember? He wasn't going
Your
to
big
care.
thing was, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't care
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not gonna
I'm not
care.
going to invest in this team
Yeah.
unless they start doing things the way I
Hurt me
want
too
them to.
much.
I can't do it.
Okay. Well,
Obviously, I
You are
can't do
doing
it.
it. You're doing it.
Obviously,
you're
I can't do
addicted
it.
to pain.
Yes,
I
you
am.
are.
I don't know how tomorrow's going to go.
Well, it's not well.
I'm excited.
It's not gonna go
Well, I don't
well.
think it can go well
Yeah.
because the idiot owner didn't fire anybody. But I don't know. I don't know who's going to go where. I don't know why I get excited. I don't know why we get excited for this. It's literally the stupidest thing. They're saying that 200,000 people are going to show up to watch it in person.
Whoa.
In Green Bay, by
Yeah.
the way, which has a population of like 100,000.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not even.
So I don't know how they're going to hold that many people. And it's just the commissioner announcing a pick the player walking on the stage, hugging him, and that's it.
Nothing I love more.
And there's going to be like 30 million people watching this tomorrow.
Are we in store for not a great attitude on Friday morning?
What do you think?
Depends on how it goes.
It doesn't matter.
It depends on how it goes.
It does. The only way that this guy is going to be happy
I want Shador on the Giants.
is if they take.
I want Shador.
Oh, right.
I want jerk
probably
face.
not going to happen.
You're going jerk face.
I want if they get Abdul Carter and trade back in for a jerk face.
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Wow.
If they get
That'd be
Abdul Carter,
incredible.
If they get Abdul Carter and trade back in for Jackson Dart, I may not come in on Friday.
Okay, well, I mean, but we don't know. We don't know how these guys are going to be.
They could have drafted Bo Nix last year.
Yeah.
He's basically the same player as Jackson Dart.
Bo Nix was great last year. So
And
maybe
he's the
Jackson,
only one that thought Bo Nix was going to be good. So it pains me to say that. It
Who was
pains me to say that.
Who was right?
I thought he was messing with me because I'm like, Bo Nix
Blowing
sucks.
kisses.
Stop blowing kisses.
Hey, listen,
So we'll see.
I'm not making any
I
predictions
wouldn't
about
hate.
Jackson Dart.
I know, Emily. I know you're sitting there going, "What about Jalen Milroe?" I wouldn't hate Jalen Milroe. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate
not supposed
Jalen
to be
Milroe.
talking about the
sorry,
Giants.
sorry,
That's right.
sorry.
What are we doing?
Sorry.
That was unbelievable.
Sorry.
Yeah, the draft is crazy. This is a crazy time for sure.
Yeah.
But this guy,
Look at him.
Do a lot of
you
deep
take
breathing.
this so seriously?
Getting nervous.
It's so
I woke up this morning and immediately went on X.
okay. Well, that's pathetic.
That's a problem.
You need another hobby.
Dang.
Okay.